Well, hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Amazing Seller Podcast. This is episode number 739 and session number 232 of Ask Scott. This is where I answer your questions here on the podcast, and I'm going to do it again here today. And if you are brand new to the show, I just want to say welcome and also introduce myself. My name is Scott Volker, and I'm here to help you build a future-proof business and create your ultimate freedom. That's what we focus on here on this show. And today, I'm going to answer another question from one of you guys out there that are one of the listeners of the Amazing Seller podcast show. And this one here is actually the second part of Lee's question that we answered last week. So if you missed that one, you can go back and listen to that. It was actually about a viral video that he had created and wanted to know how to leverage that and if he can leverage that and all of that. But the second part of his question was really about what products should I add to my brand first. So we're going to dig into that, but I'm going to let him explain it because there's some other little details that we need to listen to really understand this question fully. But that's the gist of it. All right. But that's what we're going to be talking about here today. Now, I did want to remind you, if you want to ask a question and have me answer it on an upcoming Ask Scott session, all you have to do is head over to theamazingseller.com/ask. There's a little voice recorder there, and you can leave your first name, maybe a little bit about yourself, and then ask your question. Now, the other thing you can do there, I started to open up and do these coaching calls. I open up these spots, I should say, where I'm doing these free coaching calls. And I'm going to try to do more of those on a regular basis because, well, you guys, I can tell by the downloads, you guys like them. You guys have been, emailing me, and I had a bunch of people say just how useful they are. So I'm going to do more of those. If you have maybe your business or something that you want to dig into, okay, and you want to have a coaching call set up, just go to that same link, theamazingseller.com/ask, and then just tell me a little bit about your business, maybe a little bit about what you need help with, something that I can help you with. We will possibly jump on. And I say possibly because not everyone is the right fit in their business or where they are. But if I think that it'll be beneficial for me, for you, and for everyone listening, then we'll set up a call and we'll record it and we'll post it here on the podcast. A lot of people have been saying how useful they are. The other way that you can reach me is head over to Instagram and just search for @ScottVolker if you're not following me already. And I'm showing up there on a regular basis and really giving, useful tips, but also sharing what's happening in my life and in my world and the struggles and the things that I'm working on, but hopefully to help you as well. But you can always reach me there. And if you send me a direct message, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a voice message back directly to you, and I'll let you know if it's a good fit for the show. So you can do it over there as well. Now, before we do jump into this question, you guys know, at least the ones that are listeners of the show for a while, you guys know that I like to give my thoughts of the week. And I do have some thoughts this week. And this one here, I'll kind of give you the backstory of it, but let me just kind of throw it out there. I think me, we all need to continually level up our game. Okay. And that could be leveling up our life, leveling up the people that we surround ourselves with. And the reason I'm saying this is because recently my daughter, who's 11 years old, reminded me of this because she plays right now in what they call the gold division, okay, which is a pretty good level of play, but there's still some kids there that might not have made the school team or, they're just, they're not like top players. Not all of them. Some of them are, right? But it's still like that. You're still in the fundamentals and all that. Not saying that my daughter isn't, like, by all means she is, right? But now she went to this, it's like a prep tryout where you kind of go there and you get ready for the big tryouts that they have, which is they have the national team for the 12U, and then they have the regional team. Now, last year she did the regional team, and she played as a fifth grader with the sixth graders. So she played up a little bit. And I'll tell you what, her level of play was so much better when she was playing with those girls because they were better than she was. All right. And so she's striving to get better. Well, I noticed on the gold division, she kind of plays down a little bit, and she doesn't go as hard as she does when she's playing with those, with those other kids or even just older kids. Right. And so we noticed this when she went to this. It's like a pre-tryout where you go there and you kind of go over drills and you kind of go over what they're going to be looking at. But a lot of the coaches are there, but a lot of those better players are there as well. Well, I noticed the difference, and this was like 2 days ago. Oh my gosh, like she was on fire. Like she was leveling up her game because everyone else was jump serving. Everyone else was sliding to dig, right? Like everyone was doing that stuff. So she's like, well, I'm not going to be, the one that's not doing that. I'm going to do that, right? And so she leveled up her game. I've seen my son do this in sports. I've seen it in my own self, in business, in the people that I associate myself with. Like they're striving to do more, whether that's maybe you want to do better as far as, a relationship with your kids or with your wife. And because you see other people that are doing it and how awesome it is, you want to also have that, right? So again, there's a lot of psychology that goes into that when we're playing or that we're communicating or around people that are helping us to level up our game. So the gist of this story is you need to get around people that are going to level up your game, or at least push you to level up your game in whatever you're doing. And like I said, it could be in business, it could be in just life in general, right? And the other thing I want to say is I seen this at Brand Accelerator Live. We had people there that are all committed to growing their business. They're all also very, very, adamant about taking action. I wonder why that is. Right? I mean, we said take action at that conference. Oh my gosh, hundreds of times. And now everyone's fired up and everyone is saying like, listen, just, keep moving. Like, don't worry about that. Like, get your list together, start crossing the stuff off as you're doing it. Right. So when you surround yourself with those people, my gosh, it takes your life, your business to the next level. So again, that's my random thoughts there. Level up your game. Think about who you're surrounding, your daily life with, and are they helping you to achieve more? Are they holding you accountable? Like you need a few of those people in your life. And again, Brand Accelerator Live, if you haven't heard about Brand Accelerator Live, that was our live conference this past year. We do have recordings available, by the way, too, if you're interested in checking those out. Great conference. You will definitely learn just from going through those 2 days worth of speakers and experts. You can find them by heading over to theamazingseller.com/BAL 2019. Again, that's theamazingseller.com/BAL 2019. And I'll link that all up in the show notes as well. If you want to grab a ticket to next year's event, depending on when they're available, there could be a wait list right now. If you go to brandacceleratorlive.com, you'll see all of the updated information, and we'll let you know as soon as tickets are available if they're not already. All right. So with that all being said, let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's dig into this question, the second part of Lee's question on today's episode. Let's do this.
I have been selling on Amazon for a little while with a little bit of success, but not in my niche. I want to do fishing, but I did some stuff in the baby products, and I've had some products make a little bit of money and some not do very well at all, and just kind of liquidating those. But I want to make the full transition over to fishing, and I wanted to know my biggest question basically is product selection. I know that you guys do the 10 by 10 by 1 rule. And, I've been looking for products, but I just struggle on pulling the trigger on products. I've ordered, several products and samples and stuff, but I just want to know a little bit more about what you look for when you're researching. I, have different products that I use. For product research, but if you could just maybe help that, and hopefully it'll help your listeners.
All right. Well, Lee, once again, thank you so much for the question. And I actually was going back and forth with Lee a little bit through Instagram. So again, if you're not following me on Instagram, you can do that by heading over to Instagram and searching for @ScottVoelker. You'll find me there. And yeah, him and I were having a conversation back and forth, and I let him know that, which he didn't even realize that I actually aired that first part of the question. And he reached out to me to ask another question, actually really similar to this. And I said, hey, look out for that question. I answered it, and I'm going to answer the second part here. And we also talked about possibly getting him on to do one of those coaching calls that I've been talking about, which we might do that. We're actually going to work out those details. So him and I have been communicating. But this question is a really, really good question. And it's so funny. Like, some people would be thinking probably like, oh my gosh, Scott, like you've talked about bass fishing, like all of that stuff, garlic presses, like who in the world would ever go into that niche? Here's what I'd like to shed a little bit of light on for you guys, okay, that are maybe thinking that, okay? Here's the deal. there's only one of you. All right. What I mean by that is you are going to be able to tap into any niche that you want because you are unique in the way that you can help people. All right. And I think people always go at like their market or where they need to start by what product are they going to sell. I think we need to flip that around. All right. Now, back in the day, 3+ years ago, yeah, you could say, let me go ahead and start with a product and we'll launch it on Amazon and we'll put a little bit of ad money behind it, or we'll do a little giveaway, we'll get ranked and it'll be great. And it did for a little while. And then all of a sudden you got, hundreds and then thousands of competitors coming in, and it makes it almost impossible for you to be able to go out there and just sell a product. All right. So the reason why I bring that up is because, I had recently on Todd, who's actually in the same niche, right? And then you've got now Lee, who's in the same niche, right? Now, my advice is going to be, you need to start publishing content on a regular basis. And I don't mean a viral video that went viral. Yes, that's a bonus, but that's not necessarily going to bring you the right traffic because it's just being shared because it's funny, right? Like we're not going down that avenue. What I would say is, yes, you have products that you're using right now, and you would love one of those to be your products if it sells well. But why not go at it a little bit differently? Why not say every single week you're going to publish a minimum of one video of you out fishing because you love it anyway. And you're going to give the play-by-play, what you caught, what you didn't catch, why you don't think you caught it, the different, it's different season, the temperature of the water's differently, the different time of day, different lures you're using, the jigs you're using, like all of it. It's endless on the amount of content that you guys could be creating. Endless. Right? Like you're a perfect example of what you need to be doing. You just need to commit to that. All right. And then what happens is if you commit to that for 6 months, 8 months, and then a year, and then 18 months, if you consistently show up with that video, now that video is just one thing. And we talked about this with Todd. So if you missed that one, you're going to want to go back and listen to that episode, which was just before this one. All right. So this episode that you're listening to is 739, 738. It's actually perfect timing, was what I was talking through with Todd. So it's like taking that video, publishing it on the largest search engine for video, YouTube, and then from there, taking that video, transcribing it, having it edited so it flows nice as you read it, and it's optimized, and it's over 1,500 words. And then you publish that on your blog, your home base. And then from there, you take that video and you embed it with the embed code from YouTube over onto that blog post. Right? And if that's all that you did, over the next 6 to 12 months, you're going to have traffic. Okay. You are going to have traffic. Now, what happens when we start to get that traffic? Well, now we can say, I'm at, and wait a minute, let me time out here for a minute. Time out. Kevin, can I get the whistle? Oh, Kevin's not around. If you guys don't know Kevin, he's my buddy who actually helps with Brand Accelerator Live. He actually helped us put that whole event on, and he started his business with his referee money. Anyway, a whole nother episode that we did with him. You'll have to search the archives for that one, or I'll try to link it up in the show notes. But what you need to be thinking about is this content that you're creating through the 6 months, 8 months, 12 months. It's probably got a lot to do with products, and those products that you're using, you're not technically sourcing, right? They're not your products, but why can't you link to those products to Amazon through your affiliate link, through your Amazon Associates link? Right? Amazon will pay you out of their entire catalog anywhere from 4% to 8%, depending on the category and all of that. But to me, this is the way that you can start to get some traffic. You can start to get some revenue coming in, and you can also start to test the market with what people are clicking on and buying. This is exactly what Alex did, who actually spoke at Brand Accelerator Live in the travel niche, right? She started by building the content, and then from there, getting traffic, monetizing the traffic through ad rev, through affiliate products. Then she was looking at her affiliate product or her affiliate report and saying, holy crap, I'm selling a ton of these packing cubes. Maybe I should launch my own packing cubes because I already have the traffic. All I got to do now is just switch out the link with my own, right? It seems so obvious, but people want I want to take a product and launch it and be rich. Okay, guys, those days are over. I'm sorry. if you want to go down that road, be prepared to lose money. I'm just telling you that. Now, you can either say, well, Scott, if I do this content thing, I might lose time. Well, you might. You're going to learn a crap ton. I don't think that's going to happen. All right. But you're not going to lose 10 grand on sourcing a product that might work. And if it doesn't, then you got to liquidate it just like Lee's doing right now. Okay. So again, I want you guys to be very, very aware of what we're doing here. Okay. Traffic on Google, on Bing, on YouTube is not going anywhere right now. If you do black hat tactics to get that traffic, yes, that stuff can be eliminated overnight. Is the algorithms going to change in Google? Yes. In Bing? Yes. YouTube? Yes. But if you do it the right way, the chances are you're going to rise to the top, just like anything else, right? And traffic is the key. And then when you have the traffic and you start converting to affiliate sales through products that you're talking about, I mean, you could do let's say spring is coming up or fall is coming up or winter is coming up. Like in the winter, you might be like, well, I'm not bass fishing in the winter necessarily, depending on where you live. Well, there's people ice fishing. So maybe you do a whole series of articles on ice fishing, right? Or how to catch bass in the winter, right? In a pond or right. It's endless on what you can do, but you need to create the system to do it. So you need to first start off with what does my market want? What do they need? You need to become the resource in your market. And here's the cool thing. Let's say Todd does it and he's getting some traffic. And then let's say you're doing it and you're getting some traffic. Guess what? You guys can guest post on each other's stuff. He's launching products. You're launching products. He might not launch the same ones as you. Now you can cross promote. You both have email lists. You can cross promote. Right? There's so much that you can do even collaborating with each other. All right. So again, I want you guys to understand that even though there's someone in your market, in your niche, you can niche down and there's no one that's going to be you. All right. Now, then people would say, but Scott, then I'm building the brand around me. Maybe to start, but then maybe you have people that come in as contributors. Maybe you go and you interview all of the bass experts in your town. Maybe you go and do a road show and you start to document these stories of people that have been in the bass fishing world for years and they own tackle shops. And there's so much that you can do. All right. So again, I need to stop here. I'm on a little bit of a rant because it seems so obvious to me that in a niche like this, and if you're in a niche and you're thinking to yourself like, wow, yeah, I could do that too. It's a guitar niche. Yeah, we're teaching people how to play guitar, or we're doing all of these different ways as we grow as a guitarist, right? Or maybe you're into aquariums on the inside your home, and that's your hobby. Or maybe it's trains. Maybe it's model trains. So much, guys. So much. All right. So I got to stop because these are supposed to be shorter episodes, but you can tell I get fired up about this. All right. And just to let you guys know, depending on when you're listening to this, I am going to be talking more about this. I'm actually going to be doing something that I haven't done before. It's going to be something brand new. It is going to be a paid training, but I'll let you guys know more on the details there, where I'm going to be doing this over the next 12 months. And we're going to be doing a little bit of a documenting of the process. So this way here, we can do a play-by-play. So more to come on that. But that is where I'm moving. That's my direction. That's what I believe in. That's what I feel. Anyone that has products right now selling on Amazon, you should be doing this other thing as well, because that can fill in when maybe your product sales aren't what they should be, in certain seasons. And then it'll make up because you have traffic over here on the website and you can convert that to your own sales. Or maybe it's ad money coming in from AdThrive or Mediavine, or maybe it's affiliate products because you're not going to sell, a canoe, but you can recommend them, right? So it just seems so obvious that no matter where you are, if you're a 7-figure seller and you're only selling 3 to 5 products, you need to add the content side of things and the email list and all of that stuff. All right. So there you go. Hopefully that helped you, Lee. And maybe we'll get him on a show here. We can really dig in a little bit deeper and I can go in and really kind of map out like what that content plan would look like. And we can go a little bit deeper into that side of things. All right, guys. So if you have a question that you want me to answer on an upcoming Ask Scott session, all you have to do, there's a couple ways you can do this. Number one, you can go to theamazingseller.com/ask. Do it there, or head over to Instagram, search @Scott Voelker. You'll find me, follow me. And then from there, you can DM me and you can ask a question, or you can maybe even say, hey, I want to do a coaching call, and I can decide if it's a good fit for the show and we can go ahead and get rocking and rolling on that. That'd be fun as well. All right. So yeah, that's going to wrap up this episode. Oh, remember, level up your game. Level up your game. If you're listening to this at the very end and you didn't catch the beginning, go back to the beginning. You shouldn't be skipping these. You should be going all the way through. All right. All right, guys. So that is going to wrap it up. This is episode 739 and session 232 of Ask Scott. You can grab the show notes, the transcripts over at theamazingseller.com/739. And until next time, guys, remember, I'm here for you. I believe in you and I'm rooting for you, but you have to, come on, say it with me, say it loud, say it proud, take action. Have an awesome, amazing day. I'll see you right back here on the next episode.